is proud to present the event of the year at Quebec City's Pepsi Colisée on Saturday, December 18th. 12 rounds of action called Dynasty between legendary Bernard Hopkins and actual WBC champion Jean Pascal for the WBC Light Heavyweight Championship of the World. A bit of bucks. He has the looks, the charisma. He had a great career as a fighter. A boxing legend of his own, gold medalist at the 1992 Olympic Games in Barcelona. He was world champion in 6 different weight divisions, count them, and multiple former champion of the world. He has everything going for himself. Box of the Year 1995, and he is now head of Golden Boy Promotions. He brings us today another boxing legend, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Oscar de la Hoya.
Thank you very much. It really is a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Ivan Mitchell, for giving us the opportunity to promote this event with you. You have a great champion in Jean Pascal. Obviously, this challenge with Bernard Hopkins will be a great one. This fight, I can assure you, will be an entertaining fight, a fun fight for everybody to watch. It will be a tough fight for both fighters. Obviously, as you all know, styles make fights. And Jean Pascal's style and Bernard Hopkins' style will make for a terrific fight. We are looking forward to being out here a week prior to the fight, December 18th, to start off the promotion and kick off the fight week. We will obviously know for a fact that we'll be having a sellout crowd, because this event gives you that type of atmosphere, the energy and the excitement that people will bring to the city of Quebec. This fight will be televised live on Showtime. Originally, we had it live on pay-per-view, but we had a long talk with Ken Hirschman, who is the head of sports at Showtime, and convinced him to televise it live, free TV on Showtime, which will be watched by more than 60 million people in the United States. So it's a tremendous, tremendous opportunity for the sport of boxing and for Quebec, and we're very happy to be part of this great event. I would like to introduce to you now Team Hopkins. Obviously, as you all know, when you have a great living legend like Bernard Hopkins, you need a great trainer. And not only does he train the great Hopkins, but he's also trained numerous world champions, including Sugar Shane Mosley. As you all know, when he dismantled Antonio Margarito, he's the brains behind the strategies, and he's a student of the game. And it is my pleasure to introduce to you Brother Nazim Richardson.
Assalamu alaikum. I'd like to thank Oscar for that beautiful introduction. I don't know how much of it I'm worthy of, but I appreciate it. I'd like to thank the warm people who invited us over here to your country and been hospitable throughout the whole press tour, and Pascal's camp and his trainer and the people back him also. And for everybody who came out, we appreciate you and the attention. This young man, I have had a chance to watch him. Like I said, I saw him in the amateurs when he qualified in Brazil, and he was coming along to make the Olympic team. He's a very athletic, talented young man. I've known Chad Dawson since he was a kid. I took him away to tournaments when he was young, and I watched the Chad Dawson fight pretty close. And what we have a bright young champion. I believe possibly the future of the game. But as I said before, and I repeat, Bernard Hopkins is the present. Not so much the past, he's the present. And for every young athlete, and this is even for trainers, your management, or your promoter, We can pretty much predict how an athlete's going to respond the first time he gets hit with a good shot. We can pretty much predict how an athlete might respond even when he may get hurt. And we usually can predict how he's going to respond when he's been successful. But there's one thing I've known in my travels and me watching boxing over the years. There's no way to predict an athlete steps in the ring and looks across the ring and they don't see a step up. The guy is better than the guys that have been fighting because we're bringing them along. They don't see a good fighter. They don't even see a champion. When they look across the ring and they see a legend, the trainer can't tell you what that experience is like. Your promoter can't tell you what that experience is like. It's only in the eye of that storm that we find out how that athlete is going to respond. These two gentlemen over here, we saw when they did it. When Oscar looked across the ring and saw Julio Cesar Chavez, these guys were legends. These were legends they were facing. And when you have to step in the ring and see that, it's a different response. We'll find out how Pascal responds on December the 18th. Now, like I said, Bernard is the present. I believe this young man has a great future in front of him. He has a great future in front of him. But the experience he faces on December the 18th, I believe maybe just a little bit too much. You know, but I won't take anything away from this young man. I'm not one of those guys that's going to belittle him. I'm not, because I think he's an extraordinary young athlete. You know, I know what his team has done with him, and I give him high praise. And I appreciate him. It shows he's different than a lot of guys just by taking this kind of challenge. This guy was the champion. He could have went another direction. And he said, I want to fight Bernard Hopkins. That shows he's special right there, regardless of what happens at 18. You know, so I want to thank you guys for your time and your patience, and I appreciate you for having me.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure working with the man that beat a lot of legends in this sport. He's a man that is dedicated to the sport of boxing. He lives boxing. He's a student of the game. I don't think I know anyone who breathes, eats, sleeps boxing like Bernard Hopkins. That's why he's been able to become a legend, a living legend in the sport. He's been able to defeat a lot of great champions like Roy Jones Jr., like the Cali Pavliks of this world, including myself. Bernard Hopkins is a special athlete, a special fighter. And you don't become a multiple world champion or defend your titles 21 times for no reason. He took the long road, he took the tough road to get to the top. And obviously now that he's at the top, he doesn't want to let it go. And he works even harder, which is very admirable, because an athlete of his caliber sometimes tends to ease off on their training a bit, but not Bernard Hopkins. He keeps on working even harder to stay on top, to become world champion once again. So that, as a fellow athlete and his partner in Golden Boy Promotions, we have to commend him for that, for taking this big challenge against Jean Pascal, because yes, this is a dangerous fight. Just like every other fight he's been involved in is a very dangerous fight. And every fight is very dangerous. But it's up to the fighters to get in great shape, have a perfect game plan, and we'll see who wins. So to me, it is a pleasure and an honor to be introducing to you from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, with a record of 51-5, 35 knockouts, Bernard Hopkins.
First, good afternoon, and thank everyone for inviting me here in Montreal. I know a little bit about Montreal. I asked a couple of my friends at the Flyers, the Philadelphia Flyers. There's always been that type of battle back and forth between Montreal and Flyers, especially headed to the Stanley Cup. We didn't win it, but y'all know what happened. But at the end of the day, I have plenty of fans here in Canada. Not only the ones I just met recently, but over the months and over the years, just by my Twitter page and website and things of communication highway that we have here today. And I know this is hometown, and I know everybody, just about everybody here is going to be rooting for their man, and you should. But I know there's a lot of people rooting for Bernard Hopkins also that are Canadians. Because this is a fight state, this is a fight place and country. And I like good boxing here. The history shows. And I realize that when I'm up for a challenge, no matter what the crowd favors me or favors Pascal, doesn't mean nothing to me as far as how I feel that I need to do when I need to do it.